demonstration.
Yeah. This is our lead brought us this, I think, on our run in the Brier in 2018. The provincials to get there, our lead brought this out, and he said it's his family shake. It's the Trepanier family handshake that he brought. So it took me it took me at least, I think, 10 games to get it right. It's actually rather complicated, but once I got it, it's brought us good luck. So we keep doing it, win or lose. Sure. I mean, I think between the teams, there's not a huge difference. I mean, yeah, we obviously can't shake hands, but I mean, we're still social with each other, as social as we can be. I think it's more the off ice that's just a little weird, where we're really in our bubble. And, normally in a Brier, you'd be meeting people, you'd be in the patch. I mean, I was just blown away by the amount of people that just want to talk to you, fans that just want to have a conversation with you about the curling game, which is awesome. And I'd say I missed that more than anything else. We played well. I mean, we've played 3 good games so far. And I mean, our expectations coming in were a bit unknown, just given that those were the 3 first curling games I've curled since last February. So we're pretty happy with how we're playing right now. We're throwing the rock really well. We're putting it in the right spots. So we're pretty happy where we are. 2-1's a good place to be after this point.
Ouais, c'était plaisant d'avoir l'équipe de Laurie-Saint-Georges bien réussir aux Scotties cette année. J'ai jamais écouté autant de Scotties avant, mais cette année, c'était plaisant de les voir aller. Ils ont eu une bonne performance, mais ils ont aussi eu beaucoup de plaisir sur les glaces. Puis on s'est dit, nous autres, qu'on allait faire la même chose. Puis que ça faisait partie de notre réussite potentielle au Brier cette année d'agir de la même façon. Après 3 parties, on est un peu dans le même bateau. On a beaucoup de plaisir à jouer, puis je pense que ça fait une bonne partie de notre succès.
C'est comme tout game. On cherche à faire les bonnes affaires. On cherche à mettre les pierres vraiment à des places précises. Comme vraiment concentré sur faire des drops précis, des shots exacts. C'est ça qu'on a bien fait vraiment, surtout pendant les 5 premiers bouts de cette partie-là. C'est vraiment mettre les pierres dans la place exacte qu'on voulait lancer. Fait que puis après ça, disons les choux étaient décidés plus ou moins après 4 ou 5. Là, fait que là, c'était vraiment de faire des beaux shots, continuer à bien glisser, à concentrer, puis là, c'était dans la partie.
I just wondered if Felix is comfortable enough answering the same question in English that Laurie, about to her experience, what it was like watching that, which it must have been so exciting, because the fans just, fans, there was nobody in the building, but you could tell she would have been a fan favorite. There's no question. And she really kind of, she won the award for being the most popular player there among her peers. That's pretty, it must have been pretty cool as a partner.
Do I get to sing again?
Yeah, it was nice to see Laurie's team do well. It was well deserved. The Sportsmanship award was also well deserved. They had a ton of fun out there. We were trying to mimic that this year a little bit, minus the Elsa part maybe. Mike doesn't quite have the hair, but we're trying to have a lot of fun out there. And I think through 3 games, including a loss to Goucher yesterday, we've done that. We're having the most fun possible on the ice, and I think it's a big part of his success going forward.
Yeah, I mean, once it went to the 5 rock rule, it's not your traditional second. You just about need 2/3, I think. And John was one of the best thirds in the world, and is still one of the best. So for your second needs to be just as good as anyone these days. I think they play so many finesse shots, not like the old days where on a good team you threw half your rocks were just corner guard peels, right? It's totally different. And when we needed a second, he was the natural fit, and he's been fitting awesome for us.
Yeah, no, he's been amazing. I mean, I had curled with John there for 7 years, and then I guess I hadn't curled with him for probably 6 years. We took off, and he's come back in and fit like a glove. He's been a real treat to play with. It's been a pleasure, and all the great things about John are still big things that he brings to our team. He's been helping us a lot, and maybe all the things I used to not like about John, he's changed a lot, and he's beauty. So we're enjoying it thoroughly, and I'm really happy to have him on the team. Yeah, I mean, out on the ice, it certainly does. I mean, I know I we do get a good jolt out of walking out with the bagpipes and having the crowd there, and friends and family and sponsors here cheering us on. But I think the competitive juices take over there once you're out on the ice and you're playing and just focusing on making all your shots. I don't find that too big of a difference. And then obviously, being at the hotel, not too much extracurricular activities, but when we're at a Brier playing like this, I mean, that's kind of what we do anyway. So it's been pretty normal so far, but it feels like Brier competition out there. I think some of the stuff on the side is a little different. I mean, some of the stuff's better. I hate to throw it out there. Like, hopefully we can keep these things going maybe for other Briers, but it's been fine so far. And Curling Canada and TSN done a great job at least getting us out there to play. So we're happy to be here. Who do we play tonight?
Canada.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's a big game. They're obviously probably the favorite, and we haven't played them in a long time, in a year. So good test for us to see what level we're at. And sure, it'd be way better to have the arena packed, but that's just not reality these days.
Does the coming a little short last year in Kingston, does that stick with you a little more than when you haven't played enough to really kind of shake it out of your system? Does that propel you even more this year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, to be honest, we didn't have a great year last year, so the way it ended was fine. I mean, we could just end the year and start looking forward to next year. Obviously, we missed a couple of slams that would have been awesome to play in, but in a way, it just kind of made it easier for us with our new team to start looking ahead. And we're excited about where we're at coming in. We've had some great practice, and now we'll see where we stand, like I said, against one of the favorites. Yeah, so our schedule is a little kind of back heavy in terms of the favorites in the pool, which is probably a good thing. We've got a few games to kind of figure some stuff out, play some real games for the first time in a long time, and now we're looking forward to the challenges ahead.
There was a 15-1 game out there today. I'm just wondering what goes through your mind when you see a score like that at the Brier.
I don't know. I've never lost 15-1 at the Brier. So, I mean, hey, there's teams here that don't get quite as many reps as other teams, and they're coming here to represent their province or territory, and all the power to them. I'm sure they're out there having the time of their life. They're playing against some, there's 7 of the top teams, not even just in Canada here, in the whole world, right? So we're a powerhouse country, and some of those teams don't get exposed to that kind of curling. But if they can come to the Brier and play against the top teams, I'm sure it's a thrill of a lifetime for them. And no skin off my back. If I could go play hockey against the top teams in the world, or go golf with Tiger and DJ, I'd be right there doing it too. So it's all good, man.
It was, phenomenal to spend every waking second together for 2 weeks. What more could you ask for? We just basically moved in with these boys, and we had a heck of a time, and we're going on week 3 here, and we're still good buddies. So all is good, and to just get a feel on the ice. I mean, the ice in Medina was so good. It was very beneficial coming into this.
Yeah, I think for me, the big one was getting to spend time with the group. We haven't obviously been able to spend a lot of time together since we kind of formed this new team. So for me to kind of get a little feel for the different personalities and kind of where I fit in that group, that was probably the biggest takeaway for myself there.
Thanks. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Kirk. Kirk, can you just tell us a little bit about how the second position has evolved in this game, and how you, coming from skip, can slide into that role because it's a little different than it used to be?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we've kind of recognized over the last few years with the 5-rock rules, it's really turned into almost another third position. You're making a lot of soft shot setups, but you still need that big shot bail at times. And so I think the second and third position have kind of evolved to be almost the same position. And so that was kind of one of the thought processes that went into this is I know I can hold myself at the third and skip position, and I can give us a good chance at the second position. And I just feel that generally speaking, those positions have become so similar with that 5-rock rule, not being able to peel for another rock in the end.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the makeup of all the teams, basically lead through skip. They've all got in that position as somebody who could have success at any position in the World Curling Tour. And, that was the exact thought process behind it. Obviously, Kirk's resume and his shooting ability speaks for itself. So we saw it as an opportunity to create the makeup of our team, just like what the rest of the best teams in the world have. It stinks, but the fact that we are creating those opportunities, we created opportunities yesterday to win by quite a bit, and that's what we took out of that. And if the boys in front of me keep continuing to give me the opportunities to put games away like that, it's going to start to happen. So that's what we took out of it. We're creating opportunities. If we can create opportunities against Johnny Epping, we can create opportunities against anybody out here. So that's what we took out of that.
Yeah, Matt, to that point, does having someone like Adam Kingsbury around, does that help you sort of put those losses away like that? Like, just from a sports psychology perspective, has that taught you anything?
He's right in front of me, so I'm gonna wait till he leaves so I don't get his head too big here. But no, you know what? Yesterday we had a great sit down. Had a nice hour post meeting chat. And that's what the focus was parking it, creating opportunities, just sticking with the process that we have, and that's seriously the positive we took out of all that is to be able to create those opportunities this early in the week. Our second game since middle of November. Just to put ourselves in that position, one up with playing 8, against one of the best teams in the world, to not come on the right side of the inch on that game. Sorry, Jason, but it's the way it goes. But it's nothing but positives at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a bit of a struggle in terms of, people tend to forget we've been off for about a year before we've played a really meaningful game. And I think some people forget we're also not pros, so we don't do this for a living. But yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle for us. We've been picking up on the ice. The ice is getting better and better. I expect it to be great, as it always is. And we just got to sharpen up a few things, but showed a lot of character winning a couple games with our B game, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, they don't. Nice thing is they don't quit on their skipper ever, and keep good vibes for me, because that was my fault in the first end, and through 2 rocks it didn't go where I wanted, but they hang tough and keep making shots the next end, and we bounce back, and that's the story of this team, and the optimism, and we're just really happy to be back here playing together, competing together, and Langer said a great thing right after the game, and said not bad to have a couple of close ones, to feel that pressure and tenseness again. I think that's a great point that he made.
Was the clock a factor at all in this one? It looked like both teams were running, down to the final minute there in the final end.
Yeah, a little bit in that last end, but didn't really change any shot selections that we that I would have played differently, and the guys still threw that. Didn't look like they rushed too much. So yeah, a little bit, probably more for them in the middle of the game. They looked like they were pretty low on time.
Yeah, obviously I picked her brain and she offered up some suggestions, and the good news was all the info she was sending was it's great. It's pretty good. It's not nearly what a lot of people expected. Being in the hotel in between games is kind of normal for us. A couple different things, testing and that kind of stuff, but she even ordered my groceries for me. They know where to order food from. They were the trailblazers. It's easy for us. But no, Curling Canada's done a great job, and I'm sure they've had help with a ton of, Alberta Health and everybody else. It's been different, don't get me wrong, but it's been more than manageable. It's been quite enjoyable.
I think obviously, a little bit cleaner throws that were be easier just to maybe ice a bit and put the broom down. The guys are actually, kudos to Matt and Langer, how they're managing the speeds and the paths of the ice, and we're still learning a bit there. But that's just what I love about this team. They just keep working together, and that's what's going to keep getting better. But I think just a couple sharper throws, and I got to make a few more draws. I haven't made as many draws as I usually would make out here, and if I can start to get that going again, I think we'll be fine.